So how does Greece relate to the Bronx? Let's find out as the community comes to support Zoodohos Peghe, Greek Orthodox Church in the Bronx, New York. We are here at Steve Baktides' family house in Long Island. Please tell us more about tonight's event.
First of all, it is a great honor that you came here today to cover a little bit of a beautiful event that we have here at Long Island. We call the Bronx in Long Island of our beautiful church, Zoodohos Peghe. And we are very blessed that we have Mr. and Mrs. Baktides' family into our community, and they host tonight's event. This event is fundraising for the beautification of our church, the indoor, and we had the idea how we can to find the way to call people to gather together and to start now the Zoodohos Peghe, not only the members of the Zoodohos Peghe, but people that outside of Zoodohos Peghe, to see that our try to rebuild our church. And Mr. Steve Baktides had the idea to open his house and to come and to reach our goal. And as you see, we have a good crowd tonight's events, and we are very happy and successful.
How important is it for people to support causes like the one tonight? To be activated, to participate in any way they can.
They responded immediately, and of course it's all about our church, and of course to know each other. Communication is very important with the people, and we start with events.
To connect.
Because we need also to have an event in our lives.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
I look around, I'm like, wow. I think I sent out about 10 text messages, and there we have it. Look around, everybody. It's amazing. People from that we grew up with from elementary school are here. Father Vasily brought so much energy into the community. To me, it's unbelievable and so much fun and so much, we're looking to the world right now. We're looking up to the sky, up to heaven, to continue this this monster growth for Zoodohos Peghe. So like I said, I sent a few text messages out. Father, whatever he did, look around. Sophia Zarbos sent us a list every day. We have 16 people. Should we cancel? We have 20 people. We have, all of a sudden, we're at 104, 110. So it's been an amazing run. And like I said, I sent a few text messages out. All this happened, and Debbie made it all happen after that. The monogrammed ice cubes are a touch that's crazy. Let's hit it up for the staff who have killed it. I don't know where Sean and Luke and Daniela are. and Faisal from Toku. There you go. But we're going to kick it up. We're going to do a little dancing later. We're going to have fun. And this is the first annual, because we're going to do this every year and kick it off for Zoodohos Peghe. There you go. First annual. All right, before I finish, we have a silent auction going on here. We have people that have donated some wonderful things. Where's Greg Mosick? Donated a box right here, this gentleman. He's donated a suite, not a box, to a hockey game or a basketball or a Knick game, Rangers or Knicks, for 6 people. There's some other beautiful stuff going on over there as well. We have Julia Rivera. Where's Julia? So her son did the piano playing when everyone walked in. Let's give a round to Emilio. I don't know where Emilio went, but he killed it. 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 So thank you, Emilio. Thank you, Julia. So Julia, let's talk about Julia a minute. Julia Rivera, born in the Bronx, to kick it up in the Bronx, grew up in Puerto Rico, has done restoration work for in Italy and restoration in the Met as well. Her art appreciates 20 to 30% a year. I bought some pieces that are amazing. That's her little table there. She's donated everything there, guys. So cheers for a little clap for Julia Rivera. So we're gonna kick the silent auction off after dinner. So now I guess I'm done. No, I know that. He's sitting there. He's like, Father's like, what about me? What about me? We have a lot of special guests here that we'll talk about a little bit later. But Father Vasily, take it away. Wait, Father, one more second. Sure. I like the mic, Debbie says. I am so happy. Everybody look on this side of the room. My mother and father are here. And we have so many people here. We have Mrs. Pavlou and Mrs. Panopoulos and all the people. Mrs. Prokop's a whole other story in life. Mrs. Prokop was principal of GAI for 16 years. The real story is she was our teacher in the 7th and 8th grade, but the way the story goes now is that we were her teacher because she looks better than all of us at this point. So, anyway, but cheers to my mom and dad that are here, and we love them so much. Thank you, Manamo. There's 2 things that I want. Dinner's going to be served in a few minutes, but see this wall? I want everybody to sign a little something on this wall, and then we'll take a photo of the wall, and we can keep it around forever. We have a little band here. Some guy we don't really know is going to sing a few songs right now. So let's go. After the prayer.
Glory to the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, now forever to the ages of ages. Amen. O Lord Jesus Christ, bless the food and the drinks of your servants, and of course our hostess, Steve and Debbie, and all of you, because you are holy now forever and to the ages of ages. Amen. Bon appetit.
Thank you, Father Vasilios, for the blessing. And a warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our host and hostess tonight, Steve and Debbie Bartini.
We want to thank you. Shout out to Bobby Carunos that made a lot of this happen. Thank you, Bobby. Love you, man.
I'm just happy to be here with you. We want to thank everyone, ladies and gentlemen, for being here to support the Zoodohos Peghe on Long Island Fundraiser event. We have with us also our Parish Council President, Mr. Costa Carunos. Once again, a warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our host and hostess.
What did he do?
Of course, I want to thank Mrs. Sofia Zervos, the chairperson. Sofia, you did an excellent job too. I'm very blessed to have all of you. Thank you.
So, can you please tell us more about why you decided to organize this event tonight?
Being married to a Greek, I guess, I've been involved kind of in the church, and I've heard so much about how it started. I've known the priest before, Father Afentouli, and right now him and his wife that are doing great things for the church. My in-laws, both my mother-in-law and father-in-law, have been involved with the church. They used to do a lot of fundraiser for the church, and we kind of decided to follow their footsteps and try to help and develop the church as much as possible. I'm a supporter of doing good things, so doing this, something that is very close to the heart to my family, it was something that was necessary, I think, and we're happy to do this and hopefully many more from now on.
What does Zoodohos Peghe Greek Orthodox Church mean to you?
It's a community more than anything. I feel like the people that are involved in the church are very connected. They're like all involved in doing good for the community, and they have the same good mission, and they're all have the same goal of just doing good for people, for children. The school is doing amazing, and we definitely want to be involved more than what we currently are.
Why is it important for people to take initiatives like this tonight? Why do you think people support causes like this?
Well, I mean, this comes from the belief, it's close to the heart, and it could, a drop in the bucket could do big things, and we're still part of the whole together. The church is a community by itself. It has the school, it has the church, it has the education part to it, and it's important because every little thing that you do could become something bigger and bigger in the future, and why not? If we can make it better, make it more advanced for people that are part of the church right now, and the little ones that are going to be part of the church in the future, then why not?
Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you.
So, Mr. Baktidis, why did you decide to host this event tonight for Zoodohos Peghe Greek Orthodox Church?
Oh, we grew in Zoodohos Peghe. We built the Zoodohos Peghe. We make a lot of donations, and we never had a mortgage.
That's
We're
very
the only
important.
church in the United States that never had a mortgages, and the old people there.
When did your family first was involved
My
with
kids they went to school there. My
Zoodohos.
boss, my Zoodohos Peghe.
when? But when was your family first involved? You said your family, your parents were
Yeah,
the first.
my wife was a school teacher.
She was working at Zoodohos Peghe.
No, volunteer,
Volunteer for the Zoodohos Peghe though.
Sunday school teacher. Sunday.
Sunday school.
Κατοικητικό.
Okay, Sunday school.
Yeah. And I was on the board for 40 years,
And what does Zoodohos Peghe mean to you?
Like my own house.
Why is it so special to
We
you?
built that church, from the scratch.
Many people who spoke about Zoodohos Peghe said that they feel this unique connection with the community members because it's like a lifetime connection and friendship.
We do all the time, every year. We get together.
And do you want to send a message to our audience about, why it's important to support causes like this? Like the one tonight, that you're hosting these events for the beautification of the
My
church.
sons, they love Zoodohos Peghe. All these people, they're all students from there, in the Bronx, you know. It was one of the best schools in the country, you know.
And it remains one of the best schools, right? You grew up in the Bronx.
Yeah, I grew in the Bronx, yeah.
How was it by that time?
Back then was beautiful, beautiful. The Bronx was one of the best
Places to live.
places to live back then, you know.
And now?
Back in 46.
Back in 46.
46.
Has it changed a lot since then?
No, the communities, you
The
know.
community changed because the people are.
Most of the people, they live outside the Bronx, you know, they still go there.
So your family came from Limnos Island,
Limnos, yeah.
Greece, and ended up to the Bronx, New York.
I born here. I born here.
You were born here, but your family,
My family
your
came
parents,
from Limbo.
and they came to the Bronx.
No, they live in Manhattan back there.
And why did they decide to go to the Bronx after Manhattan?
We went back to Greece, my father. Then during the Germans, we could come back.
The occupation of Greece.
So when the Germans left, I was drafted in America and I had to come in America. And my father said, you go, we will come. My mother said, my dead body, we all go, you know. So we came back to New York back in 1946 and live in Island Park.
Island Park.
My wife's, my father's sister, who stayed here over there. Back there was no houses, you know, you couldn't rent a house. So my father met some friends from Limnos, used to live in the Bronx.
That's how you went to the Bronx.
Yeah. So he found an apartment for us, you know. And I grew up in the Bronx. And I went to the army. I was
In
drafted.
Greece, here.
Over here, yeah, I was drafted in the Korean War. I went to Korea. I got wounded in my legs. No, when I was wounded, I went to Tokyo to pull the bullets out. And they lost my papers. And I was in Tokyo for 1 month. When I called up my mother, they all crying. They was making me emotional.
Oh my God.
They thought I was dead, you know. I got a big story, you know. You know, I'm 98 years old. I can't remember everything.
What's the secret of long living?
Oh, I love it. I love everything.
You love life.
Love life, yeah.
We're here, the president of the Parish Council of Zoodohos Peghe Greek Orthodox Church in the Bronx, New York. Mr. Karounos,
So
please
today,
tell us more about today's event.
Today is one of many events that, with the help of Father Vasily, who has been an amazing person, an amazing priest, just person who's, taking the trajectory of the parish to a new level. Tonight, Steve Bachtili and his wife opened up their home for us. This was an amazing offer by them for us. In fact, I'm so amazed at how many people's faces I haven't seen for such a long time are here to help support the church and the community. I'm actually speechless, and believe it or not, I'm speechless, which is very rare. But it's a wonderful event, and thank you for you guys being here to cover the event. This is important, so we could get people out there to know that we're here, know that we're doing great programs and what's going on. I came a little late because the Zoodohos Peghe girls team was playing St. Nick's and we beat them. I know this is going to end up on something and someone's going to see this, but it was a very important game. So I'm so thrilled. I'm thrilled to see how many people are here. It's just amazing.
And what does Zoodohos Peghe mean to you?
So I was about 6 months old when my parents moved from Washington Heights, St. Spiridon, to Country Club the Bronx, which is literally 5 minutes away from Zoodohos Peghe. I could tell you that for me it was, the church was my home. My mom was PTO president. My father was on the parish council at one point in time. So I spent all my time in that building. I could tell you that some of the older graduates from the school were like babysitters for me. So for me, this is becoming the president was not just just do the president. It was more of a necessity. It was something I should do, right? That was the rite of passage, right, of doing what I've been doing all these years. So it's really important. We have Father Vasily, who's amazing. We can't keep up with him. I got to be honest with you. He's very dynamic. He moves very, very much. I sometimes don't get enough sleep, but we got to do what we got to do to sustain the community, the church, the school, which is a huge part of it.
And are you born and raised in the Bronx?
I'm actually born. The hospital that I was born in is no longer around, but I was in the Bronx and lived very short period of time in Grand Concourse and then in Country Club. So yeah, I'm a Bronx.
How has the community changed over these years? Because you've been there forever. It seems.
So it's changed drastically. I'll speak to you from the school perspective. When I went to GAI, we were 100% Greek. Nowadays, the demographics of the school is not even 40% Greek, and which is actually amazing, right? A Greek school serving non-Greeks, right? And something that we say is amazing when we see the events we do, and the non-Greeks singing our ethniko hymno,
the national anthem.
The national anthem. And just seeing these things is amazing. Just truly amazing. And yes, a lot of families have moved out, but we're still holding strong. We have a lot of legacy families that just still come and support us. Even if they have to drive over a bridge, they still come.
And what's your wish for the future? For the community?
Listen, all I can ask is, that we stay strong. There's a lot of work to be done. You can never sit down and say we achieve. We build bigger, better. One of my main focuses is the school, elevating the school even more. We're introducing robotics.
He was one of my students.
That's right.
And to see him take over means that the circle of life, as they say in the line,
and you did a good job.
And he did a great job. I mean,
well, no, you did a good job. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be here. And she happened to be the teacher of Georgiana. Yes, you had Georgiana, my oldest daughter. Yeah. Amazing, just amazing.
So I think one of the things about ZP, and I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. We love her.
The bottom line is it continues, and I think that's the beauty of ZP GAI. You can't say ZP without GAI.
That's right.
And to see mean, Steve doing this,
course,
and you.
Yeah.
It is a very special community.
Absolutely.
And I definitely say that.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you to death. It's interesting, right? Because you have the school and you have the church, right? And theoretically, they're two separate entities, but they're one community, right? With the development of the church, bringing in more families, bringing new families in, that in turn brings those children into the school, which develops the Greek heritage and the culture more, right? And it's this never-ending, circle, as Ms. Prokop mentioned, of bringing the heritage and the culture back with the religion and the faith. So it's really important. Church is strong, that means the school will be strong. So, over the years, especially with COVID, a lot of churches fell on some hard times, and some disrepair, not because we didn't want to, but because it was difficult. And, as things are going back to normal, we're able to have our events again like we used to, we have to catch up on some things. So this event, Father Vasili's brainchild, by the way, was like, listen, we have to make an effort to fix the problems we have in the church. We have some, water damage and whatnot, and this is one of those necessary steps to help achieve those goals.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Mike, please tell us more about how you are connected to Zoodohos Peghe Greek Orthodox Church in the Bronx.
So my name is Mike Pappas. I'm on the parish council. I'm the treasurer.
What does Zoodohos Peghe mean to you?
Besides being the life-giving fountain, it does give life to our community. It's my roots, it's my heritage, it's Greek and American combined, and I love it.
So Zoodohos Peghe is a family tradition for you, right?
Yes.
And why is it important to support causes like this tonight?
To keep the community thriving and going. I'm born and raised in the Bronx and born and raised in the community, and with events like this and people like this, we'll continue to be around for another 100+ years.
Thank you so much. Mr. Dimitratos,
Yes.
please tell us what does Zoodohos Peghe mean to you?
So the first thing I'm going to say is I'd like to say thank you to Steve and Debbie for hosting tonight. Zoodohos Peghe, the Greek American Institute, have been in my life since I walked in the doors when I was 5 years old. I'm 58 years old, so I've been there for 53 years.
A lifetime.
A lifetime. Steve Bakhtidi and I both started in kindergarten together in 1969 or 1970. And we've been friends and have known each other for many, many years. Mr. and Mrs. Bakhtidi, his mom and dad, were the original, or part of the original builders of the community and the church, as was my father and many other people. So we are enjoying today what our parents built yesterday. And unfortunately, because of COVID, we still have to work hard to maintain the church, maintain the school. COVID really devastated a lot of communities, including our own. But you know what? We're a strong, vibrant, young, beautiful community, and we're going to come through this, and we're going to excel. And with Father Vasilis now taking care of us and being our spiritual leader, I'm sure that brighter days will be ahead of us.
And I'm sure you would feel that your families would feel very proud of you, that you continue the family tradition at Zoodohos Peghe, right?
Well, it's funny because I was fortunate enough to be president twice of Zoodohos Peghe and the Greek American Institute. And my dad, when we were growing up, I remember asking him, because he was an immigrant from Greece and his English wasn't very good. And I remember asking him later on in life, I said, Dad, why didn't you ever become president of Zoodohos Peghe? And his answer to me was that I couldn't speak English.
Right.
And that resonated with me my whole life. So when I had the opportunity to become president, I wanted to do it not only for myself, but for my father also. The Bronx is an amazing place, and we have some of the most beautiful memories of the Bronx. And Zoodohos Peghe and the Greek American Institute have been a fixture in the Bronx for over close to 100 years. And, you know, there aren't a lot of churches and schools that can say they've been there for over 100 years.
Like Zoodohos Peghe is one of the first churches, Greek Orthodox churches,
Correct.
that were built in the United States.
That's correct. Zoodohos Peghe was one of the first churches built in New York and in the United States. And the parochial school is one of the oldest parochial schools in the country.
And the Greek American school, right?
Correct, Greek American school. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, Karika.
So, Mrs. Arvos, would you like to say a few words? How you feel connect the community of Zoodohos Peghe?
Thank you. My name is Sophia Zarvos. I've been with this community from the day I was born. It's my second home. I went to the Greek American Institute. I'm an alumni. I've been former president of the parish council. I am currently school board president. And I love this community. What can I say? And there's so much love around us tonight. I can only thank Steve and Debbie Baktili for hosting this beautiful event. Father Vasilios for his energy and presbytera. And we're all very thankful to have such good friends and family. So,
are you born and raised in the Bronx?
I was born in the Bronx. I left the Bronx when I was 16 and went to Queens. I got married and went to Long Island, so I'm now in Long Island. And every week I'm in the Bronx. So there you go. That's how much I love it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Classmate. I mean, she put it younger than us. How can you be principal of GAI for 17 years. Best woman in the world.
I love these guys.
So, Mrs. Prokop, tell us about tonight, about the event tonight, which is devoted to Zoodohos Peghe, basically, and also about your connection with Zoodohos Peghe community, but also with the Greek American Institute that you've been leading for years.
So I have to be honest, this is kind of like a circle that's come around. the hosts of this community are Mr. and Mrs. Steve Baktidi. Steve was literally one of my first students many years ago. And to see him do this is absolutely amazing. To give back to the community that he literally was a student in. My connection with ZP is, I have to be honest, where my husband and I are involved in many communities, but there's something about the GAI and ZP community. It's just heartwarming. They love each other, and I live in Manhasset. I go back to Bronx to go to the church there, so that must mean something. And the school is, as they say in Greek, υπέροχο, impeccable. And the new principal there is doing an amazing job. And I think it's a good thing for anybody who's a Greek American, but I also feel that it's anybody who's not a Greek American who wants a school that gives you values, morals, and just embraces everybody.
That's very important because your students there have been from all over, not only Greeks, right?
Oh no, we have had African Americans, Koreans, Italians, Irish, and the best thing is, I think one of my most favorite memories is that when they took the Greek regents, the person who got 100 was an Italian American person.
That's amazing.
That's amazing, and that's a testament to the faculty because they really treat everybody the same, and they're wonderful.
And you want to make a wish for the community and generally?
Well, I think if we want people to feel that, we're going to continue the Greek American heritage and continue this whole Hellene thing, we can't only be isolated. We need to broaden our horizons and embrace everybody. Because if we just contain ourselves, we're going to die. We're going to die.
There's no continuation.
That's right. And I think we have to embrace other cultures, and I think they will embrace us.
That's very important.
I agree. The Bronx started, if I'm correct, started in 1912. And this families just started there. And they took over it was actually a Jewish home care person.
Before.
Place. Yes, absolutely. And now these families who have been, it's like a legacy. These families are a legacy, and they are continuing the work that their parents have started.
And the children continue as well, right?
Absolutely. You see Baktidi, you see Germanakos, you see Dimitrados, and names, Pantelius. And I want to be part of that group because although I was not born in the Bronx, I feel that my connection is there.
It's a safe place to live in.
It's safe, it's just enveloping, and it's warm. And I will say this, if you want to send your children to a good school, send them to GAI.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I stepped on his foot. I hope we can still play music. piano between everybody. He's a rock star, he's a piano player, guitar player. He's killed it and we love it. And here we go. Thank you so much.
Agape,